The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Greetings, peeps. It is I, Staniel Smooth, here to bring you a new sponsor to Belly Up and Time to BS, DraftKings. If you're into sports betting and want to get on the action, say no more. Here at Belly Up, we're more than happy to bring you great content and great offers as well. That's why we're giving you this sweet deal at my attractive-ass voice. Go to dkng.co/bellyup150 to get $200 off when you bet $5 or more at DraftKings. Don't forget it! It's a sweet deal. I highly recommend you try it. Now, with that being said, back to the show!
It's time to BS.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Time to BS with Staniel Smooth. I'm your host, the great and powerful Staniel Smooth, coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. And as per usual, it's time to BS on a Tuesday. Like per usual, I still don't have a schedule for this crap, but still going to keep doing it either way. It is Tuesday, May 7th, 2024 as of recording. May the 4th be with us all. It was 3 days ago. I wanted to record this on Star Wars Day, but unfortunately, life happens. So with that being said, we're coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. You know how this crap goes. I was instructed some time ago, actually a lot of us were, to not use Google Images for certain things. So I am now being forced to use Canva and create custom clip art for this for these clips and stuff. Also, the Met Gala, on a less important note, is going on right now. I have zero clue what the Met Gala is for. Anyone else know what the hell Met Gala is for? I don't know. Shit, I dropped my phone. That's just delightful, because I need that for script and stuff. I'm too lazy to look this stuff up. I'm way too lazy to do that. Because I don't need to look this up. I already know it's stupid. It's already probably just some stupid little get-together of celebrities and stuff. And these outfits make the Hunger Games franchise look reasonable. You know what I'm talking about. You know the Hunger Games. You remember those outfits that you see throughout the Hunger Games? You know, you're wearing basketball hoops for a dress. Good Lord, people. I don't have a lot of style points. Sometimes I get called Steven because of my gay persona that I like to bring out from time to time. Because apparently, according to some people that I know, I have style points, which makes absolutely no sense because I'm a white dude who's 26. Tell me how that makes sense. Because I can't figure this crap out. I don't know. It's one of the great mysteries of my life. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with the show. To show how fully committed I am to do this crap, it is 3:30 in the morning on a Wednesday, the next day. And I'm doing this crap. So if I sound terrible, I literally just woke up like 20 minutes ago. Now I'm doing this. So here we are. Jesus, so here we are. So time now for the Smooth Report presented by Canadips. Former Nickelodeon showrunner Dan Schneider, who ran shows including iCarly and Drake and Josh, is suing the producers of Quiet on Set in the wake of the docuseries detailing abusive allegations during his time at Nickelodeon. The former director has repeatedly denied said allegations made against him over the years. Former Bears quarterback Justin Fields is being listed as a kick returner with the Pittsburgh Steelers, his new team. The former 10th overall pick from Chicago is expected to get limited playing time at quarterback thanks to new signee Russell Wilson. Former Bengals wide receiver Tyler Boyd is signing with the Tennessee Titans on a one-year deal worth up to $4.5 million. The former Bengals wideout will team up with Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, and former first-rounder Traylon Burks to assist the development of new starting quarterback Will Levis out of Kentucky. And finally, a Pennsylvania man says his emotional support alligator, known for its big social media audience, has gone missing. Joey Henney is a man with severe clinical depression and credits his emotional support gator, named Wally, for helping him for nearly a decade with treating his mental illness. Sources say his 5.5-foot-long gator went missing in Georgia, of all places, on a family trip. The search for the gator has gone on since April 21st. That'll do it for this edition of the Smooth Report presented by our friends over at Canadips. Use the promo code BUTTUP20 for 20% off your next order at Canadips.com. It is 3:30 and I need an energy drink. I can't believe I'm saying that, but here we are. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The worst part about this is I gotta go to work in like 2 hours, 3 hours from now. Time now for an energy drink. Sweet. Hi, Donut. Yes, I hear you. I hear you, bub. I hear you. She wants food. She's not getting it from me in like 2 hours from now. I still gotta do this crap. I sounded terrible last segment. I apologize. Would you expect anything less from me? Let's be honest, though. Let's be perfectly honest. Would you expect anything less from me? Probably not. Why am I getting Zillow notifications from fucking Virginia? What? No. No, do you hear this? Do you hear that? That's my cat. It's 3:30 and she wants food. Oh my god. You can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. You just can't. Oh my god. Right here. She also thinks she's alone. Which makes no sense because I'm right here talking to you. Oh my god. There are some people that are going to listen. I was like, Dan, you're a welder? It must be nice being blue collar. I'm like, sure, I guess. I mean, depends on who you ask. I mean, if you're saying that blue collar is nice for the paycheck, then sure. Sure. I don't know, guys. I've had this ongoing debate between blue collar and white collar for what feels like 6 months. But I've been going back and forth between the whole idea of blue collar versus white collar for a while. Like, oh, like, do you... Hi, Donut. Hold on. Donut's passing through. Donut's passing through. There we go. I really don't have an ongoing, debate with myself regarding blue collar versus white collar. Like, for a while I really hated the office job. Or disliked it, let's call it that. And then I understand from, my father and various people in my life that have dealt with the white collar field for their entire lives, or most of their lives. And they say, like, yeah, it's good, but until you get the crazy boss. That's real. I feel for that. I feel for that. And from my personal experience, I worked for a baseball team for a couple years. Did you work for the Mets or the Yankees? Neither. I worked for a minor league baseball team for 2 years. Good time. And it was fun, but I like building shit with my hands. So I'm a welder. And we were bred as welders and as blue collar individuals to dislike the office worker. And we get it. We understand that, but we don't. But we sympathize with them in the end. See, blue collar is nice. You got to put in your 20 years before you can really, make 6 figures. But even then, you're making good money. You really are. And it's physically demanding. That's probably the biggest downside. It is physically demanding, and eventually it will get mentally demanding. So that's why, you see a lot of blue collar guys take vacations. You see a lot of, trips going to the beach or whatever the fuck. But I do sympathize with anyone that feels like their job is too mentally and physically demanding, and I get it, because I speak from personal experience. Hence why you hear me with an energy drink at 4 o'clock in the morning now, recording a podcast, because this is what I love to do. But I also got work in 2 hours, so I'm gonna crank this son of a bitch out before I gotta go to work. And the other downside about blue collar is that you gotta do a lot of overtime if you want to make it. If you want to be able to afford your lifestyle and the way you do things, you gotta be able to do a lot of overtime. Thankfully, my lifestyle is not particularly, social. You don't see me go to bars. You don't see me going out to parties. You really don't. You don't see me doing that. I'm not the party guy. I've never been the party guy. So thankfully for that. My lifestyle, unfortunately, is very expensive because of my love for gaming. Piece 2 and 2 together. But take this advice how you want it. The best piece of advice I can give for anyone that's struggling with money, go watch or listen to Dave Ramsey clips. Listen to clips on the Ramsey Network. Listen to Dave Ramsey, George Camel, Rachel Cruz, Ken Coleman, Dr. John Deloney, Jade Warshaw. Listen to them. Listen to them. The Ramsey, Dave Ramsey in particular, his people have changed my perspective on the thoughts of saving and spending money. Because you're not. The whole idea of you gotta spend money to live, or what the fuck not. It's that's not true. That's not true. The whole goal of this whole thing is your greatest wealth building tool is your income. That is your biggest wealth building tool. And it don't matter if you're blue collar versus white collar. I think we can all agree to this. Everything has just gotten too damn expensive. Yes, Donut, I know. It's terrible. But do you hear that? That's my cat. She is craving attention. Donut, get your... Psst, psst. Come here. Psst, psst. Right here. Psst, psst. Come here, bub. She wants attention. She knows it. Because I gave you fresh water, I gave you dry food, I gave you wet food. What do you want? I changed your litter box. What do you want? You confuse me, dog. But back to what I was saying. I also do think that there's a good chunk of people that are not happy with their current place of employment. And which is understandable, because you really don't, like, especially today, like the gig economy, where you see people doing DoorDash, you see people doing, Uber Eats, Uber as a whole. You see people driving a lot more, as opposed to, 20 years ago. Because everything has gotten so expensive, and that partially because of the demand for increased wages. I get it. I completely get it. Supply and demand is very real. Save your freaking money, folks. Save your money. Stop spending money and save your money. You're probably not going to listen to me, because you're going to think, that's not true. I'm just going to put you on a credit card. Pay it off later. It's like, no. Don't do that. Do not do that. The worst idea you could do. Look at me, a sports show, technically, for a sports network, giving financial and life advice. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I do think that there's a good chunk of people that are really unhappy with their job. Like I'm happy with I'm proud to say I'm very happy with where I work. Very happy with where I work. I would not change it. Sometimes the people can agitate me, but that's just part of the job. But even then, a majority of the people that I work with, I get along with, which is great. Sometimes you want to bash your head against the wall because of, frustrating shit. But even then, it's part of the job. I bounced around from job to job for years, trying to find the quote-unquote perfect area work of employment for my personal need. And it got me in a lot of trouble. Because at the time I was living at my parents' house and blah, 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 blah. But, because, your parents worked at one place for 30 years. And I guess our generation, Gen Z or I don't know what generation I am, I really don't care. But our generation is really set on trying to find the perfect job, in quotes. And the thing is, you're never going to find it. That's the problem. You're not going to find the perfect job, because if you keep searching for the perfect job, you're going to drive yourself insane, and your market's going to deteriorate. So, I don't like to listen to my family sometimes, but, in the end, they're right, because, they've been through it. Because I'm a stubborn SOB. I really am. But, have a good job. Drink lots of coffee. Or energy drinks, your preference. Me personally, I prefer both. That's where the good old espresso kicks in. I love that shit. I love that stuff. But if I could give three pieces of advice for you all today, have a great income to save your money, for long-term goal, never for short-term. 2, always prioritize your mental, physical health. Always prioritize those two states of your body. Always prioritize that shit. And number 3, which also includes mental health in this aspect, just work on yourself. Work on yourself to, socialize more with people. Become the social butterfly you want to be, but you're probably just too scared to do so, because you're probably a fucking pussy and you don't know how to do it. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Constructive criticism is okay. Nothing wrong with people giving you constructive criticism. And sometimes, all three of these can, mush together in its own way by having a great job. I love how I went from blue collar to white collar debate to, just giving perspectives on life. I think that's why I love doing this show so much, because I can give my own point of view or own perspective on certain things. And give my own 2 cents on life as a whole, as I sit in my chair. Enjoying myself, having a good time. At 4 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday. It's hump day. Very limited use of the sound button today. The soundboard. Very limited use of the soundboard today. Which is fine. No problem. I don't know if I'm going to be able to post this clip to TikTok, but we'll see. We will see. It's a 12-minute long clip, so probably. Can't guarantee it, but we will see, ladies and gentlemen. We will see. I don't want to hear a crap on my commitment to the craft of this podcast. Because it's 4:15 in the morning. Am I really going to keep complaining about this? Yeah, I am, because I'm a complainer. I'm full on just complainer, but I guess to the point of alright, I'm complaining too much. I gotta stop. Seeing a lot of, stuff on, social media and stuff as a whole. Of people trying to find their purpose in life. Bro Yoda has entered the chat once again, ladies and gentlemen. Where Star Wars fan, but also Bro Yoda. I don't think a lot of people are really content with their life. And it's sad because, you feel for that. You feel for that kind of shit. I was watching Star Wars and eating Applebee's takeout last night. That shit was beautiful. I love that stuff. There's some people that I know that are just thinking oh, I'll never be able to afford this. I'll never be able to, have that. I'm like, dog, you gotta have some optimism. I'll call my girlfriend out on this. Babe, I love you, but you gotta have some fucking optimism, damn it. Not afraid to call my girlfriend out on my own podcast. Shit happens. But I think as a whole we are not content with our lives. And that's sad because, how many people do you think in today's world, not just in America, but across the world, do you think are not happy with their lives? Give a percentage of how many people do you think... let's just round it down to only here in the States. How many people do you think are not happy with their lives? I could probably take a guess. It's 70% are not happy with their lives. And they could throw the blame card at anything. Oh, this shit's too expensive. Oh, I can't do this, or I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too this, I'm too that, this just too this. I'm like, shut up. Because, from my point of view, from my perspective, and from my personal experience, for a while I really was, so set on just, I'm never going to be able to, beat this depression. I'm never be able to treat depression. I'm never be able to lose weight. I'm never be able to do that. I had that mindset for quite a bit. And then you have to get to the mile of okay, Not as much as I can't or I can, but I will. I will do this or I will do that. Determination, I guess the word would be. I am determined to do this, or I will do this, or I could do this. Not even that. Not I could. I will do this. You know, I will learn to play guitar, or I will eventually beat that game, or I will, get shredded. You know, I will lose weight. I will put on muscle. I will do this. I will be a better person. You know, I want to get better. I'm pretty sure you want to get better. You know, there's no such thing as perfection. And I know the Christians and the Catholics are going to come after me for saying this. There is no such thing as perfect. God himself ain't perfect. You know why? He made your ass. Simple shit. Simple shit. Now I know in the Bible it says only he is perfect, but regardless, I don't believe. I think perfection is super flawed, because in the end Jesus was flawed in the eyes of many. God is flawed in the eyes of many. Because if God was so perfect, why is there so much evil going around? These are some questions that need answers. You know? But I like to look at things and take it with a grain of salt. I like to take this stuff and, and I know this is called Time to BS. We're supposed to be a comedy-based podcast, but really we're kind of like sports, comedy, life talk, just having a good time. The whole goal is to have a good time. But I think we as people in America are just not content with our lives and are, hell-bent on making everyone's miserable because our lives suck. Look what's going on today. I guarantee you that, a lot of the people that are, causing destruction or doing what they're doing today, just need oh, man, just give me a hug. You need a hug. Come here. Come on, give me some sugar. You know what I'm saying? Let brother love take care of you, know what I'm saying? I think y'all just need some lovin's. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's my first energy drink of the day. I'm gonna enjoy it. Speaking of enjoying it, take your time with life and enjoy that shit. It's like a glass of whiskey and a good cigar. Take your time to enjoy that shit, ladies and gentlemen. Learn to be content with who you are and what you have. That's some good shit right there. That's some really good shit. Now for some sports talk, because, I've spent too much time rambling on life and stuff, because, again, belly up sports. Gotta talk sports. What's with these DK Metcalf trade rumors, huh? Seahawks Twitter, someone explain this to me. Why do so many Seahawk fans want Metcalf traded? Why are there so many articles saying, hey, let's trade Metcalf to the Chiefs? That'd be the worst idea on the face of the planet. Do you know how much hatred that I have already for the Chiefs? And their, cocky-ass fan base? Do you know how much hatred that would bring for me? Let's leave me out of the equation. The rest of the NFL, that's like trading Randy Moss to the Patriots again. That's just unfair. Apparently there's a lot of articles that are being thrown out that says, hey, the Seahawks could potentially have a DK Metcalf trade. And even John Schneider himself has brought out and said, yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I can tell you for a fact, dog. First of all, why would you trade your best offensive weapon in a prove-it year for Seattle? And this is a retool prove-it year. That's what it is for the Seahawks. Why would you trade your best offensive player? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Who in their right damn mind would do that? Saying like, oh, the Seahawks get 2 first-round picks for Metcalf. Like, yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I think the whole thing of teams trading 2 first-round picks for a player is kind of stupid. You know, speak from experience. Anyway, that button always brings me joy. I personally think that if you trade Metcalf if you're Seattle, you might as well just punt on the whole season. Like, Jesus, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Because he's so dominant as a receiver that, his stats to show otherwise. Like, probably because he plays in a run-first offense, and an offense for a majority of his time has been from the 1950s. You know, occasional throwing of the football, but then mostly run the ball and play great defense. I get it. Sometimes it works, but still. Shout out Pete Carroll. It's a new freaking era, people. Why are you Metcalf's here long term. Why would you want that? Why would you want him traded? Why? Why do you want him traded? Just flat out why? That shit just doesn't make a drop of damn sense to me. It's just like, huh? Like, why? Why would you do that? So you could net a few draft picks? 'Cause he's a diva, according to people on Seahawk Twitter land. For God's sakes. Okay, Doug Baldwin, to an extent, was a diva. You know? Remember him? Who was the last physically dominant receiver the Seahawks have ever had? Steve Largent, I could tell you. The last one was Steve Largent. Over the course of over 5 years. Largent. Not even close. And that dude was 5'11". Caught with his bare hands. You're not trading Metcalf. You're out of your damn mind. I think you're out of your damn mind, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boy. The things I see on Twitter these days continuously find more and more reasons to piss me off. No. No trade. Some puck talk, because we love hockey around here. Hockey's fun. The Maple Leafs come back from down 3-1 in their series, but in yet hilarious fashion, fall in Game 7 in Boston at TD Garden to the Bruins in overtime. Comedy comes in many forms, ladies and gentlemen. 1959 was the last time the Maple Leafs beat Boston in a playoff series. That was the last time. Last time that's ever happened. But that's not why we're here. We could make fun of the Leafs, but that's too easy. John Tavares. 1 year left on his 7-year deal. You know, they signed with the Leafs back in 2017, I want to say. And he says, he's saying the same things that he said before he left the Islanders. How fucking sweet is that irony? You know, I envision myself winning Stanley Cups here, blah, 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 blah. You know, I wouldn't want to win anywhere else, blah, 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 blah. Toronto. You have one playoff series win in 6 years with Tavares. One playoff series win since 2004. You know? Austin Matthews scored 69 goals this past season. Nice. What do you need to do? What do you need to do if you're the Leafs? Do you need to blow it up? Because if that case, I'm trading Marner or Nylander like tomorrow. Just get whatever you can back for them. Shed some salary. Good Lord, people. But why do Islander fans still hate Tavares? Why do fans of the Oklahoma City Thunder still hate Kevin Durant? It's not the fact that he left, it's the way he left. It is the way he left. Now, at KD's instance, it's different because Kevin Durant went to join the team that beat him in the playoffs to go win a couple rings with Golden State, which kind of tarnished his legacy, let's be honest here. Kind of tarnished it as a whole. Tavares, it was, same situation. Hometown guy, drafted, developed here, first round pick, face of the franchise, the captain. Says, I envision myself staying with the Islanders and leading them to Stanley Cups, blah, blah, blah. No, you weren't. You wanted to go home, play with your boys in Toronto. And I get it. I'm happy for the guy. It's been 6 years, and I can really say I'm happy for the guy. You want a playoff series for the Leafs. Good for freaking you. It doesn't sting, as back in the day it would. But I still remember February 28th, 2018, John Tavares' first game back at the Nassau Coliseum, and that crowd was as hostile as I've ever seen it over on Long Island. But I think Toronto needs to blow it up. I don't think you can say it any better than that. Toronto's just got to blow it up. Because you're not gonna win a cup with this core. I don't think you understand that. You're not winning a cup with this core. Who do you blame here is the question. Who do you blame? Do you blame Shanahan? Do you blame Brendan Shanahan? Or do you blame the former GM Kyle Dubas? I think you blame Dubas here because his commitment to re-sign the core long term has put the Leafs in inexplainable cap hell. Inexplainable cap hell. Yeah, don't scratch the couch, please, Donut. Love you, but no, don't do that. I don't know how Toronto gets out of this unless they trade the core. Or two pieces of the core. And let Tavares walk. Let's be honest here. You're going to get a lot back for Tavares. You really are. He's still a great player. He's not the same like he was back on the island. But he's still a great player. No denying that. Oh, you just hate Tavares. Oh, you just hate the Leafs. Yeah, I despise the Leafs, but at least I want them to do well. Because, good Lord, even the memes get tired. The memes get stale from time to time. That's just me personally. I really want them to do well. But at the same point, I also want them to suffer. Because my hatred for Toronto Maple Leaf fans holds no bars. Just throwing it out there. But, yeah, Toronto, please blow it up. Please. Due to time constraints, I'm limiting myself to one more topic before I close up shop for the day. I want to get my honest to God thoughts here on Star Wars come here in the year 2024. And I know that, people say Star Wars is bigger than it's ever been. Now, I'm not the one to say, I'm the biggest Star Wars fan in the world, because, I love it, but I don't think it's a competition here. George Lucas would like a word. I'm seeing a lot of, comments or debates regarding Star Wars today. And I think the same could be said for all movies as a whole. I think Star Wars has gotten it's gotten less creative, or I guess the term would be it's this cliche as may seem, it's not really Star Wars. Because I blame Disney for this. Point the finger. I don't like pointing fingers, but point the finger. I think Disney could blame them for this. Because I was watching, the original Star Wars film from '77 last night. I'm like, oh, this is great. I want to commit myself to watching the original 6 movies all over again. Because that shit was awesome. That shit was just fantastic. I will never ever get tired of Revenge of the Sith. I will never ever get tired of that film. If you've seen it, you know why. But I really love Star Wars, but I think that today, I think Star Wars has gotten it's too Disney. It's just a shame because, again, I love Star Wars, but it sucks how much of it has, changed. And the fans don't help. Because this is where my old boomer sense enters the chat and says, "Oh man, just enjoy the movie." Which I do. I enjoyed Force Awakens. I liked it. I thought it was good. Again, my opinion does not fucking matter at all, but it's my personal opinion. But the movie sucks, man. It's okay, that's your opinion. Okay? And I think this whole mindset could be brought into the chat of I think, everyone has a right to their opinion on certain things. I just also think that, just because it's an opinion doesn't make you right. Just my honest to God 2 cents of this whole things. But who am I to ramble on shit? I'm not right half the time, and that's fine. I accept that. I'm not 100% right on these things, and who the fuck am I to care? Because I don't. That's the beauty of these things. I really don't care. Just pisses me off today how people are just it's my opinion, therefore I am right. No. That's not how any of this works, dog. It's not how any of this crap works. With that being said, thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, to Time to BS with Staniel Smooth, episode 219. My name is Staniel Smooth. I'm coming from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. Be sure to follow, subscribe, whatever you want. Support the show. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope to see you in this life, or certainly the next one. Cheers, guys.